Hi, it's Nell with Joyous Garden, and today I am in a garden that is just south of San Francisco along the coast. And this is a Victorian cottage style garden that I used to maintain. I don't maintain it anymore. I just come up here every once in a while. And it sets off this large Victorian style house. The house is not old, but it is a Victorian style. So this is the kind of garden that's very suited to it. We are in the midst of a drought here in California, so this is how to get a garden that is not drought tolerant ready for drought, because the water rates are going up and they might start water rationing too, so we have to be wise about this. So the first thing that we're going to do is call out the irrigation company to have the irrigation system checked. This garden has 13 zones to it, so there are a lot of chances for breaks in the garden. Also, there are some gophers in this area, so gophers, raccoons, there are animals who can chew the pipes too, and the system is fairly old, so it really needs to be checked. We also have to make sure that there aren't any, or they have to make sure there aren't any extra emitters anywhere, so no extra water is coming out where we don't need it. As I said, there are quite a few rhododendrons in this garden. This area here has some of the oldest ones, and they're large. They're just about to bloom. As you can tell, that this one is looking a little stressed here. This one looks okay. The leaves are a little bit smaller. It does have flower buds on it, so they are going to bloom. But what we're going to do is pretty much just let these go. And then the gardener is not going to prune them and take them down, because something large like this is going to provide some cover down below. And because they are a bit stressed, these are not going to be pruned this year at all. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the lawn. This house is set back from the street, so there's quite a bit of lawn, and it really accents the house because it is a big house. And in 2006, the lawn was taken out, and this is artificial lawn. So it was very forward thinking at the time, but the client just decided to go with an artificial lawn. So this takes no water at all, and it doesn't take any maintenance, and it still looks great. This is the entry bed here, and it used to be full of annuals at all times. It still has a bit of the spring display in here, which was planted in early December. I think it was planted the first week of December, because I was up here to do the Christmas decorations for the house. And at that time we didn't know that we'd get hardly any rain, so we planted some annuals. But what we decided to do this time was to do perennials in here. So there's a variety of salvias. As you can see, there are a few geraniums too, which are drought tolerant. And then I got 2 flats of lobelia, because lobelia doesn't need a lot of water either, and the client loves blue, so that works out really well. But it's not as tightly planted as it always has been, because we're trying to conserve the water that way, because annuals do take more water. The anchor plants are well established here, so we aren't going to worry too much about them, because the watering time has to be cut back. It's still going to be watered. It was watered 3 days a week. It might be cut back to 2, and the times have got to be cut back too. So you want a deep watering instead of just shallow waterings. And it was composted last year. It had a good layer of mulch on it, which is there's still a fair amount there, so that should be okay. Helps to keep the ground moister too. And then next fall there's going to be another maybe 2 to 3 to 4 inches of compost put on, which will help to keep that moisture in. We're in the side yard now, which had the lawn torn out probably over 10 years ago, so there's no lawn here, just shrubs and perennials. And these purple leaf plums here are not going to be pruned at all. They're a crazy wild shape. They aren't even going to be thinned out at all. So just make sure you check your drip systems. Make sure you water early in the morning or late at night, because you don't want to water in the middle of the day, because the water is going to evaporate, there's greater chance that it's not going to sink in. Cut the watering days down, water deeper, and just be wise about this. I live in Santa Barbara, about 6 hours south of here. I only water my garden once a week for 8 minutes. I have mainly succulents, so I've already done my part. So hopefully everyone will do their part to conserve water during our drought here in California. Please visit our website at joyousgarden.com, and as usual, there is a blog post to go along with this video. Thanks for watching.